All right, today's song is number 41. We're going to talk about how to play it the right way, which is not an easy song to learn how to play. I'm just going to get that right out there. We're going to go through the intro, and then the verse, and then the chorus, and then the outro. So what you're seeing here first is the intro. Yes, those numbers are correct. The stretch that you need to do for the very first chord of this song is a 5, 3, 2, 5 stretch, which looks like this. This hurts, and you want to be really careful about how much you do this, especially at first, until you get your hand used to making big stretches like this. If it's not comfortable, you should only try it once or twice, and then give yourself a break and come back to it another day. The way that Dave plays this, especially on the Dave and Tim version that you're all familiar with, is to walk up the chord first. So it's like, so that's E string, A string, D string, G string, and then D and G again. The whole thing slides up 2 frets. And then this next shape that you see, actually you can play the open low E string below the whole thing. This is the hardest stretch in the entire song. That's what it looks like right there. Again, yes, those numbers are correct. Yes, it hurts a lot. Here's what it should sound like. So right there. Or if you play it with the low E as well. And then back into this C shape that's moved up 2 frets. And it's a hop and a hop. So. And then you're going to hop into the verse of the song. So the verse is putting down these 2 fingers here you see on the 7th and 8th frets on the G and B strings respectively. And then you're going to play a little loop here that goes while you keep those 2 planted. Now that's not super hard, but what is hard is to play just that low note and then play those upper 2 without getting anything else. You don't want those, and you don't want this one. So you have to do a lot of muting. You have to lay your hand flat at just the right angle so that you hear low and then high. Okay, and so I'm just making sure that this index finger is muting the next 2 strings. So it's played, then mute, mute, then 7, 8, and then muted up there. So my pinky is muting that high E string as well. That's super hard. Same thing here. So my middle finger now is doing that muting. When I go up to the 3rd, I'm using my thumb to mute that low E string, because what you don't want to hear is this. Right, that sounds ridiculous. And on that last shape, I know it's a little bit tough to see here, but I am actually not just playing the 5th fret of the A string. My index finger is just touching the low E string enough that it is muted. So it won't make a sound even if I hit it. And that is going to take you approximately forever if you're on the same pace that I am. And what's happening over here, you can hear the timing. That's not super hard, but you need to cut the sound out entirely in the middle of that strumming pattern. So it's like, and that silence that you're hearing is actually hitting the strings with this part of your hand to cut the sound all the way down to nothing. Good luck with that one. Now you just need the chorus part, which I'll put the chords up here. 3 very simple shapes. Here's how that sounds. So now we've got all the major pieces of the song. In order to play the outro when the jam is going on, you're just going to play those same chords that we covered as the intro, back and forth, like over and over again. And the outro that you're going to see now, this is really the very end of the Live at Luther version that you've played with a million times. Here are those shapes. And it's actually okay to play the open D string that sits just underneath those three. So you could play it like this to give it a little bit more resonant sound. It's a beautiful song. It's not super hard tabs wise, but it is very hard technique wise. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. I'd love to see comments about what is or isn't working for you and what I could explain better. Thank you for watching.